Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Graham's Garden. My name is Vicki, aka Grams. If you are new to my channel, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button and click the bell so that you can get notifications when new content is added. Repotting your succulents is something that has to be done from time to time for the health of your plants. While there are many reasons why you should repot or could repot your succulents, I'm going to talk about 5 different reasons to get them repotted. Before the actual repotting starts, you have to get your area and everything set up. The first thing that you are going to need is to make sure you have a workspace that's big enough for you to do all of your unpotting, because you have to unpot, and your repotting to put them in the new soil and the new pot. Then you're going to need to make sure that you have all of your tools that you're going to need in your workspace. You want to have them handy so that all you have to do is grab what you need as you need it. To repot your succulents, the first thing you're going to need, obviously, is your plants. Make sure you have all of your plants handy so that you don't have to go searching for them or stop in the middle. This just makes your repotting run smooth from start to finish. You have everything where you need. The next thing you're going to need is your soil. I like to have mine already pre-mixed, ready to go. Obviously, for the job that I have to do today, the amount that I have to repot, this is probably not going to be enough. And that's okay. I've got everything I need right to the left of me so that I can make more soil as I need. And if you want to know how to make soil for your succulents, I will insert a card above for the video that teaches you exactly what you need and how to mix it all together. The next thing you're going to need, your pots. I've gotten to where I prefer the terracotta pots just because they help to absorb the water so that your succulents aren't sitting in water for more than what they actually have to. Because remember, when you put your succulents in water, if they stay in moist soil for too long, it could cause root rot, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants to lose their babies, trust me. And your terracotta pots are porous, so they help to draw some of that water out. They will actually, your pot will get wet. So you know how much soil is getting wet because your pot will get water. I tend to water my succulents by bottom watering, and I will do a video on bottom watering, just not right now. But you'll be able to see it from the pots. So I like these pots. The next thing that you're going to need, it's really a preference on what you use. I get my screens, and you need the screens to put in the bottom of your pots for your little drain holes. So this little drain hole is little, but it's big for this pot, but it's little. So, but you need to put this over the hole like that so that when you put your soil in, the soil doesn't just fall out of the pot, because nobody wants to keep putting soil in and keep putting soil in because the soil keeps coming out. All right, so the next thing you're gonna need is all of your tools. And what I do is I just have all of my tools laid out with me. So I have a container to put the old soil in and any dead leaves, because I'm gonna groom the plants as I repot. I have my rake. I have my skewer, kebab, chopstick. I have 2 different brushes. I have my thicker brush, and then I have the smaller brush. This one's the bristle's a little harder than this one, so it just depends on what plant and how stubborn the soil is that's on them. I have my hole punch. I really don't know what it's called. I'm not going to lie. I use it to poke holes in my soil. I have my tweezers. I have 2 of my shovels, the pointier and then the rounder. And I have my scoop. And I don't normally need them, but just in case I do, I have my pruners. I don't use those on the smaller plant. I actually use a little pair of scissors. I shouldn't need them. These plants don't have any rot on them, so I shouldn't need them. I'm not going to say I don't. I shouldn't need them. So, but I like to have them handy just in case. So let's get to why. Why would we repot our succulents? And as I said before, there are 5 reasons. 5 reasons. Okay, so reason number 1 would be that you bought your succulents from one of your big box stores. And we call them big box stores because, I really don't know why we call them that. But big box stores are your Lowe's, your Home Depot, your Walmart, any store, any corporate store, I guess you would call them, that sells your plants. Those are big box stores. Now, why do you need to repot those? Well, and I will include a little video as I'm kind of talking to you about these, but I had to take these little guys out, and I got these yesterday. I had to take these out last night, because the soil was so stinking wet. Like, there was water in the pot itself. There was no drainage hole in the pot. I'm going to reuse the pot because they're stinking cute. There's actually 2 of them. How cute, right? I mean, they're simple. Don't get me wrong. They're simple, but they're cute. But there's no drainage hole. I kid you not. There was water inside of these pots. And the container that they were sitting in at the store had water that had come up to here on the pots. And I had to, my granddaughter, my mom, I had 2 granddaughters and my mom with me. And my granddaughter that's 6 asked me, "Why are you doing that, Grams? What are you doing?" And I told her, I'm emptying out the water so it doesn't kill the plants. What I didn't know is no drainage hole. I didn't realize that until after I got all the water out. But I tried. I couldn't buy all of them though. I only bought 2. So, but as you can see, they're good and healthy, thankfully. And this one has a baby. I don't know if you can see it. This one has a baby that's coming up. And I think it's the only one that this one has. But this one has a couple of babies coming up. You can see one there. And then you can see, I think that one's got one that's fixing to form. But there's actually 2. That sucks. Let me find the camera. There's actually 2. I don't know if you can see the little bitty one right there. The focus is not wanting to cooperate too well. But, so a lot of times what happens is in the big box stores, when they water the plants, they water all of the plants, and succulents do not need to be watered every day. It really will kill them if you water them every day, especially as much water as they were putting on these plants. Like I said, they were literally sitting in a lot of water. So that's why you would want to go ahead and repot. And usually some stores, if the soil is too dry, you'll want to come home and water it, wait a couple of days, and then repot. If the soil is soaking wet, like they are usually at the big box stores, then you're going to want to go ahead and get it repotted as soon as you get home, simply because if you don't, you're letting those plants, you're letting those roots sit in wet soil, and that's not healthy for your plants. The second reason to repot is you got them from online, and I've got actually 4 that just come in last week. I do believe it was last week. I have a subscription to Mountain Crest Gardens, and so every month I receive 4 beautiful plants, and I also will receive a bonus plant. Sometimes the bonus plant is a plug. Can you see that? I gotta remember what side my camera's on. And by plug, I mean there's a little bit of soil around the roots to where you just pop this bad boy into a pot with some new soil around it, and that's fine. And this one, I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little baby. It got a little squished in the trip, but that's okay. Luckily, with these, I don't know what this guy is because it didn't come with a label, so I'm not real sure. But each one of these comes with a card that has a picture, and on the back has the information. So I know what they are, at least for the time being. And if I can remember to put a what's the little things that you put in your plants, and it's got a place where you can write the name on them. It's like a tag, I guess you would call it. If I can remember to put one of those in each one of these once I get them repotted, then in the future I will remember what they are. Reason number 3 that you want to repot your succulents is they've outgrown their cute little pots. He's so cute. This guy, this is a panda plant. This is either a panda plant or a chocolate soldier. I think it's a chocolate soldier. And I don't know if you can see this, but he's got all kinds of little babies growing out of the leaves. But he has outgrown. He's doing really wonderful. But in my opinion, he's outgrown, and it's time to repot. And he's been in this little thing 6 months to a year. Let me put it this way. He's either been in here for 6 months, or he's been in here for a year and 6 months. And it really just depends on what Christmas I got this little pot, because I really don't remember. But he has been doing so well, so I haven't wanted to take him out, but he is stretching and he is outgrown, so he will get repotted. I don't know what I'll replace or what I'll put inside his pot yet, but he will be repotted. Reason number 4 that you will want to repot your succulents is they're in an arrangement and they have either outgrown their arrangement, which is clearly not the case here, or you just want to get them separated. And that is the case in this particular situation. I love this pot, I really do. But some of these are not suitable for this pot. And I've learned that, unfortunately, the hard way. I've actually lost a couple of my little babies from being in here. I thought they would do well. They're really not. So, unfortunately, lesson learned, unfortunately, the hard way. But I do want to go ahead and repot them. That way I can get them where they need to be. And maybe I can keep them from stretching, exfoliating, because that's just not good either, which has happened here. So that is reason number 4. They're in an arrangement and they either need to be separated, you just want to separate them. Maybe you bought them from a big box store and you're like, okay, I like this, but I want them all separated, or they've outgrown their arrangement. All right, reason number 5, they've come out of their pot. It has come out of their pot. Maybe something knocked your succulents over. Maybe someone walked by and their clothing snagged your succulent, and they've come completely out, roots bare. Soil's still good, but they're no longer in it, so you have to repot. And at this point, you can decide, do I want to repot this baby in the same pot, or do I want to repot this in a different pot? So that really just kind of depends on where you're at. Y'all see me eyeballing that sloth, don't you? Because my wheels are turning, and I'm thinking, because this particular succulent is a slow grower. Very slow. But I'll have to see size-wise if it'll fit. If it will fit, this little baby will maybe going into the sloth. We'll see. We'll see. I'll go from there. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get repotting. So I managed to get pretty much everyone repotted that I was aiming to get repotted. Well, almost everybody. These little guys that were in the rock planter did not get repotted yet, but that's only because I really need to go through and make some corrections to these guys because some of them are really exfoliated. And unfortunately, as I was cleaning my workstation off, see if I can get you to focus, I bumped one of them and it broke off, which is not necessarily a bad thing because there's one piece and there's the other piece, and I can make 2 more plants out of those. I can repot those and there should be roots coming from them. So, but I successfully got everything else repotted. Just took me a little while. So as you can see, there's really not that much that goes into repotting. Just have all of your material ready, have your plants ready. Remember, if the soil is too dry and you have the ability, go ahead and give it a little bit of water and then wait a couple of days, then do your repotting. If it's too dry and you can't wait, go ahead and repot and then just give it a little water. Don't do the drench and dry just yet because you want to give it time to de-stress. Also, don't worry if any of your leaves fall off during your replanting, as some of mine did. Don't throw them away unless they are so far gone that you can't even imagine them doing anything, because you can propagate them, and what that means is that you can create a new plant out of them. And I will create a video that goes in depth about that so that you can learn about propagation. And that's, you'll see, that's one of my many problems when it comes to the succulent world. And if you get started in propagation, you will know exactly what I mean. If you found this video helpful, give me a great big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, go ahead and click on that little bell, and that will let you know when I've uploaded new content, which should be, my goal is every Friday. That's what I'm going to shoot for. If you have anything specific that you would like to see, go ahead and put that down in the comments. If there's anything you want to add to anything that I've done today, any suggestions, any tips and tricks that maybe you have found more helpful, put those in the comments too. That's what we're all about, is helping each other in this wonderful gardening experience. And today, even though I was talking about succulents, a lot of what we did today could also apply to other plants that you get. When you get home from your nursery or from Lowe's or Home Depot and you have this great big beautiful rose, sometimes you have to pot it in a bigger pot. Sometimes you're ready to get it into the ground. You're repotting, whether you're putting it in the ground or whether you're putting it in a bigger pot. So what we did today can still apply to those plants, your outdoor plants as well. Guys, it's been great. Until next time, have a blessed day.